my beautiful queens and kings. If you are stopping by, welcome back to my channel. Get in here, get in here, get in here. Your sis had some dental work this week, so I wasn't in the mood. If you know, I can't stand the dentist dealing with any work with your mouth. I don't like doctors, period, to be honest with you. But hey, we gotta take care of our mouths, right? We gotta take care of these pearly whites, make sure everything is going um up to par in there, because your dental health has a big part of your physical health too. If anything's going wrong there, it can affect other things internally. So make sure, especially my brothers out there, we know how you don't like going to the doctor to get checkups like you should. And some of us are even bad too. Some of us are bad too. So I'm going to say this on this Wellness Wednesday. Happy Wellness Wednesday. Take care of this treasure that the Most High gave us. This is a special, special temple. It's a treasure to behold. We have no wealth without health, without our health, because our health is our wealth, right? We can't do anything when we're sick. So that includes dental health, physical health, mental health, and our spiritual health. Okay. So make sure we take care of ourselves. Okay. I want to make sure that you are all well. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome all of our new subscribers. Welcome to Kathy's Place, where your opinions are valued, where you are cared for, where you are enough. Because many times we go places and we feel, because of where we may be in life, your journey is your journey. And you may have accomplishments that you want to do. You're not where you want to be in your life. I go through those struggles, wishing I had a did more, wishing I was in a better place than I am today, but I have today. So because I have today, even if I have, less years in front of me um, than I do behind me, guess what? I woke up and I am 6 feet above ground and not below ground. So God saw me worthy enough to be here. So go out there and make the best of your life. Be better than you was yesterday. You still have some time. Um, be courageous. You know, build up your faith and your will, and know that you can accomplish what you will, even if it may take some extra effort. It may take some other people maybe to help you out, but you have all the tools inside of you to do what it is you need to do, as scary as it may be. Leap, leap, leap. You can do it. One of the things that my acting coach tells me, because sometimes I'm like in my head a lot, I'm worried about the script, I'm worried about memorizing all the words. He's like, Kathy, feel, go out there. Even if I have to improvise something, just connect. And as scary as it may be, go out there and leap and take a chance and just give all you have to into your character. So do that. Do that with life. Um, don't worry about somebody else's journey. You don't know what it took for them to get there. Your work and your walk and your journey is your journey. And as long as we get to that destination, it's all that matters. What route we take, how we take it, it's yours. It's yours. And that's nobody else's business. So do you, boo. Okay. So we are gonna hop in here. So much has gone on with these storylines. Um, we do a lot with the Daltons, and we're gonna get into that in that restaurant with with Amber and Miss Shauna, whatever the lady that owned it with them. Whew. Um, Piari found out Rome has a child. And then we have the Greg skit over there in Chase Walker land. Right? Class Clown Films, his storyline with Bethany and Larry and Greg, and you know, we're gonna get into that one too. So I'm gonna get into that now. We're gonna take a little detour because we don't get to talk about Greg too much, but Greg trying to build up his character witnesses. He's trying to get in here and testify. I don't know when court is going on. It's interesting if court will happen before the Montana trip with the baby. I don't know how this all ties in, but he's after Larry's children's mom, Sharra and Lynette. I see. How it's gonna go with Sharra, we are going to discuss and find out, because Greg asked Sharra to testify against Bethany. Now, how's she gonna feel? because her daughter's in that house. Do she feel like she has some type of allegiance to Bethany because she was there for her and supporting Larry with Brooke when she couldn't, and she really doesn't want to get involved in this? But let's see.
But I do appreciate, you calling me.
Yeah. And thank you for coming out here.
Yeah, no problem. And hopefully, we
Jumped a little bit ahead. Okay, let's go.
Hey, Sharra, how are you?
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. Have a seat. How was your New Year's?
It was good, just went out and got a little experience from the Atlanta life.
Okay. Yes.
I like the Bible.
Go out there. We kept it at home, didn't do much.
Yeah.
So the holidays were kind of crazy, especially Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Larry's with Bethany. I kind of wanted to roll it back even a little bit further. You know that I asked Brooke if she would be willing to testify on my behalf against Bethany. And I guess I first need to apologize. I should have, she said no, she didn't want to pass over it, but maybe I should have asked you as well. I asked Larry, but maybe I should have asked you as well.
No, you're okay. I mean, I understand, trust me. I'm here.
Well, so maybe to go more into that, would you be willing to testify against Bethany for me in this case? Ooh. I mean, you know firsthand some of the stuff that she does, the verbal altercations, you may not know all the physical things, but you and her have that history of, her always picking at you, even when you and Larry were together, when you guys first met, everything like that. So how do you feel about that?
Well, Greg, I like you. I do.
Thanks.
And I can't stand your sister, but however.
That's interesting. He said, I know you dealt with her even when you and Larry were still together when y'all first met. So when Bethany met Larry, were they not divorced yet, him and Sharra? And then Bethany came in and then there was a divorce. Then he continued with Bethany and they got married. That's interesting. I never really knew the timeline between Sharra and Bethany. I know that Bethany knows the story. Sharra cheated or what have you, went to jail for a hot minute. It was something really quick. She didn't really do much time, but because of that whole situation, Larry got Brooke, and then him and Bethany raised her for some years. I like to see how this all initially started. The tension in it. There's a lot. I know Bethany said she mentioned before. A lot of what she knows about Sharra is only because of what Larry told her. Larry came in, and I said this before, Bethany came into Larry's life at a very vulnerable time. He had been in the military, goes through PTSD from that. However, the situation with Sharra was very hurtful and very painful for Larry. And Bethany came in. They wasn't on good speaking terms. I think him and Sharra didn't have a good relationship much at all. Then I think it started to get a little better since she came back from Tennessee. Came back but left Tennessee and came to Atlanta. But when he said that was interesting. They were still together when Bethany came into play.
I don't know. That's a little tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, because my daughter stays there. You know what I mean? And
I understand.
Larry being my ex-husband and all those things. And I don't like Bethany, but in the same sentence, I really don't care to get involved. You know what I mean? To that extent. You know what I mean? Because we have so much going back and forth. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I just feel like it would just be, I don't know, be worse than what it is.
Sure. And I get that. And I respect that.
Right.
But I also just want to say, if you help me with this, that could be done, right? I mean, she wouldn't be able to have those things over you anymore. I mean, you can, in a protected.
My thing is, how does Greg think that testifying against Bethany for his issue with her, there was an assault, and he wants her accountable. He really wants her out of the business, but that's between him and the dad or whatever. How is testifying in court before a judge or a hearing officer, however the case is going to go? How is that going to change Bethany's behavior? Yes, as they're talking about her, maybe it'll give Larry some thought about the type of woman that he's married to. Maybe it'll make her think about just how horrible of a person she is. But what they say, because she can't talk, how is that really going to change her and make her accountable? What is it that he expects to happen after all this? Even I don't it's not the money for Greg. The family got money. He wants to really have her not a part of this company. Maybe if a judge would see she's a detriment to the business, advise the dad and the uncle that Bethany's not the best person to carry through with this company because of her character. Maybe he's trying to prove it from that standpoint, because I don't think it's going to change Bethany at all.
Room, right? I mean, she can't come at you. You can't come at her, obviously, in like a courtroom type setting, but you can finally let those things out. You can, and she'll be forced to listen. That's the biggest problem that we have with Bethany, right? You can bring anything to her. You can say, hey, your shoe's untied, and she will argue with you until she's red in the face about how it's not, and how your shoe's actually the one that's untied, and your shoe's ugly, and da, right? So, and that's what, and I understand Brooke's perspective if she lives there, but I mean, like, I'm needing some help. And again, if you don't want to, I completely understand in not making life harder for Brooke and for even Larry's sake. But if you could,
Greg, I kind of look at this as family business. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I look at it like that's a family issue. And like I said, we do go back and forth. We do.
Yeah.
All the time. But Brooke is involved. She has to, she don't have to stay there, but she does.
For the time being,
yeah,
sure.
You know what I mean?
Until she's starting school.
And I don't know.
I get it. I understand. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming out here. I know it's out of your way. If you don't want to, I completely understand for your sake and for Brooke's sake. But if you're not going to, just kind of maybe just keep it under wraps that I asked you. Because otherwise it will be more of a hunt, right? It'll be more, and I don't want to I don't want to bring any more heat down on any of us.
You're right. It definitely blew up at Thanksgiving, and then her telling you to leave at Christmas. I can tell it's very intense. You know what I mean? Y'all case is. And I don't know if I would want to get involved.
That's fine.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I do appreciate you calling me.
And thank you for coming out here.
Yeah, no problem. And hopefully, we can talk soon. And,
sure, absolutely. Yeah.
Hang out or whatever you do.
Very disrespectful to Sharra. The things that she says to her and Lynette, like she goes deep down in the barrels of hell to ignite some serious venom. The way she puts them down as Larry's children's mother and Sharra as the ex-wife. I don't know if it's more so on Sharra, because Sharra was married to him too. And she's Brooke's mother. That's something that's a little more raw to Bethany than Lynette. She has gone on her bad. She sees her as garbage, and I don't like how she, handles her and speaks to her even in front of Brooke. It has gone far. If it gets that nasty, I would testify. I know it's a family issue. She feels some kind of way. At the end of the day, it ain't but so crazy Bethany's gonna get at Brooke because Larry's there. If it gets that bad, she can very well, I don't know how Brooke has kind of gotten used to Bethany, but she's lately been speaking up against her more. It gets that bad in the household, and go stay with your mother. It may be a little more out of the way as far as the whole school situation, but work it out. This is her last year as a senior. I think Larry would put his foot down and not making it uncomfortable for Brooke to stay there if Bethany took it there. But in order to voice your opinion and really let her know how she's made you feel, the kind of person that you are, how low you've been, how much of a negative influence that is on your daughter, despite what you have been through, what you have overcome. There's a lot that Bethany needs to know, just how horrible of a person she is, so she can take the time to listen. Maybe it'll absorb, maybe not, but they will get a chance to basically get that off their chest and address that with Bethany. So let's see how that goes. But one person I believe won't be so nice to not want to make any waves is Lynette. Let's see what she got to say. All right, like, comment, share, and subscribe.